That was gonna happen. Alright. And that is also doing it. I think I'm gonna get rid of all these little walls. And I'll just deal with full blocks in the meantime. Okay, and that is also a wall, but I think we'll just deal and just kind of cut this with a slope. Do I want to do that, or do I just want to go ahead and get rid of the wall altogether? And I got this ventilator with its ass out the damn wall. Yeah, I think we'll just suck it up. And it's going to be easier to copy from the side that changes all the colors. So... Back to the power. Does it connect automatically or do you have to run power lines? It's automatic. You don't have to run any power lines. It's not like 7 Days to Die where you got to run wires off your generator, or Fallout 4 where you had to do much of the same thing. So good question. Yeah, this game, totally automatic. Makes it easy. If I had to run power lines everywhere to everything in my base right now, I think I'd pull my hair out. I'd be like, ah! Way too much shit using power throughout this damn base. Like, we ain't got time to run wires to everything. Quit now. It's nice to have some realism in some games. You know, Fallout, you only wire up a few things. You put some lights in places. 7 Days to Die, you're mainly using it for, like, blade traps. So you can, like, have total zombie carnage. And they go through your blade traps or dart traps or whatever traps you want to have wired up. Electric fence. But, yeah, no one wants to sit there and cruise and wire up like everything that you put in your base. No. Not my cup of tea. Alright, what do we got going on here? That, we'll just copy. And then we've got that weird texture. Sit down in here. This is going to be kind of awkward because I'm going to go into the hub and fix a little bit of this. But hey, I didn't realize that I would have this wall situation. Oh, we need to fix that texture because it didn't... Which one was that? There we go. Yeah! Run down the stairs before I turn and look up and see. Exactly that! It's like, what does not belong here? Okay, and black is the color of the day. You built your base around a lot of essential food and water supplies. If I build around them, will the natural plants die? No, they will not. The plants might impact you building there because you can't put a block on a plant unless you first, I think it's either chainsaw or drill it or take it out with like your survival tool. But there is a way that you can kill plants and it's one of those tools. And then you can plant there. Or not plant, but build there. But otherwise, the natural habitation will continue to go on and not care about you doing anything around it whatsoever. Alright, that's fixed up there. And if we look on the outside, we're going to have to fix this up as well. Actually, we're going to turn that tile color. Where'd that go? do I want to go in here and take apart the walls and fix them with regular blocks, or just cover this up? Since I'm in space, there's no structural integrity, so I have that going for me. I think we'll just take it out and do it over very carefully. That's going to be hard to paint over because I got stuff in the way now. That's already a solid block, looks like. Good thing is I'm not going to have to worry about losing my light or my LCDs since we're all up in space. But I do think that's, oh no, that texture is the same all the way around. Okay. So let's just continue knocking out these little walls. There's nothing wrong with having natural terrain inside my base in the basement area. Well, if you're on a temperate planet and the temperature's nice there, temperate planet, and you have oxygen that's breathable in the atmosphere, which your starter planet should, you're fine. You could pull that off. But if you go to a place where the temperature is different, lava planet, snow planet, and or a planet that does not have oxygen, you're going to need to make an airtight base. And natural terrain does not count as an airtight block. So you have to actually get rid of those and build your blocks around it and through it so you can make your base airtight. And if you're ever curious about that, you can hit N like Nancy and you get this little menu that pops up right here. And if you click on debug, you can actually say, show me all the airtight blocks. And this will show you, when it turns all green, what is considered airtight. And so if you have an airtight base, you have temperature control, nice, stable, like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, or of course oxygen doesn't escape. So very important on planets where you don't have oxygen or you need a controlled temperature. But since you're on a starter planet, you can have some terrain inside your base, no problem. Okay, time to work some magic. So we're just going to continue this all the way across. Oh yeah, we're still using the furnace. See, this is why I got stuff all around the place telling me I'm burning energy. What am I down to in my solar power? 15%? You could tell Exim was in the space station all day, took the battery from 100 to 15. I need that texture. Here we go. Flip, 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 flip. Okay. Copy this little spiky spike thing. I don't know what to call that. And we'll actually just go right out here. Can I go out here past the plant? Yay! Okay. Come on. Why did we stop trying? There we go. And not that it really matters, but we'll just copy that. Keep it all same. You've been wanting to try the arid planet. You spent so much time on the temperate planet yesterday and spent most time trying not to die after you fought the local wildlife. Let me tell you, some of the stuff on the planets is crazy. I haven't been on an arid planet yet. I've been on temperate, barren, snow, and lava. And I'm going to warn you now. The lava planet has scorpions. I think they're the worst thing to fight in this game, period, because they're really spazzy and they have really crappy hitbox. And they're like super armored. So watch out. No one likes freaking scorpions. You only have an option to choose. Oh, so when you get into space, DJ, with your small vessel and later on a capital vessel, you will be able to explore an entire star chart like this one. Of course, yours will probably be different. But, for instance, we started on this planet called Brimahan, and it's our flat planet info here. That's our temperate starter. Has oxygen. It's all good. Then I went over to Gandala, which is kind of like Gandalf. And it's like total snow over there. And then I decided that the Mooston planet over here would be fun because it has all the ores that I needed. And it's a lava planet. It's nuts. So yeah, the where's the one that's barren or arid? I put some water generators on Enda because our space station is in Enda sector, this area. But yeah, when you get out here in space with your ship that goes, you can get all kinds of stuff. I'll try to show you my ship a little later. Because kitchen and the cafeteria are last things on my to-do list. So I'm almost done. Makes me very excited. Friends are going to come to the space station and be like, what? Who did this? They're not going to believe I did this. They're going to think that I paid somebody to do it. JK. In single-player sandbox, you only have 5 planets. Well, let me tell you something that you can do, Quake Final Boss. If you wanted more than 5 planets, you can actually edit the files. And you can write in more planets. So you can customize your entire solar system if you wanted to. I think if you check the Empyrion wiki, there are some steps on what file to edit and the formatting that you'll need to do that. We actually did a couple edits to the file here because you see these dotted, or not dotted, these dashed lines between all the planets? That tells you what you can warp, your warp path. So Brimahan here connects to this Anish Delta, I don't even know what the heck that rest of that is, station. Anish Delta station, we got a line there. I got a line from Brimahan to Gondola, and I got another one that goes to Enda. So these are also customizable. If you fly somewhere, you can either have it act on a range, like anything within 20 light years automatically you can warp to. This is not set up that way. I don't think it's the default. Or what we found out is that these all have pre-planned out allow or deny lists that said, hey, when you get to Brimahan, you're allowed to warp over here, but you're not allowed to warp to. Let me get an example here, something that you would think would work. Like for instance, Enda here to Mooston. This is a short hop. Like if we take a look, like Zephyr here, this is only like, I don't know, 3.3 AUs and 4.5 AUs and 4.2. It's definitely within the allowable jump because if we look at something like, here we go, here's a good one. You see this 29 AUs here, almost 30? That goes from Gondola all the way up to Mukund. You can do that. You can jump that in a capital vessel, no problem. Small vessels are limited to like 15. But a capital vessel could do that work. So why can't I go from Enda to Zephyr? And if you edit your files, you can make it so you could do that. But as it is now, we didn't change that. We just wanted to make Enda warpable from Brimahan, so we could just jump right there. So that's one of the small things that we changed. Yeah, we've been kind of adding in some stuff. I think Peach has added in some more because I came on today, or no, it was yesterday. I came on yesterday and hopped around my capital vessel a little bit, and I unlocked all this stuff over here. So I don't know if he added in a couple more things or not. I'll have to check with him. I know that we were talking about adding in some planets, and I said let's do it, especially if we don't have planets with the planet type, like the ecosystem. You know, like temperate, lava, barren, snow. So I was like, if there's anything that we don't have, let's add it in, so that way I have all the planets. Because I think that's one of the cool things about this game is the diversity of all the different planet types, like the desert. And I think there's even a swamp planet that they added in with the last patch. I think. Don't quote me on that. But there's supposed to be a swamp type planet. I don't know. I mean, we have alien. I don't think I have a swamp planet yet. But if we don't, we'll just add it in and we'll make it. So yeah, if there's something that you want to get more of or whatever, just check, do a little Google. Be amazed what you can find. I will say that I wish the Empyrion wiki was a little better. It's a little bit out of date. And by a little bit, I mean a lot out of date. So sometimes a little bit of struggle trying to educate yourself on this game. But you can always hang out with me. I'm learning stuff all the time. And Isaling right there has helped me out a few times on this stream. Is there a way to customize the amount of enemy artificial intelligence? That I do not know. Were you wanting like more? Less? It's because I'm scorpions, huh? You want less scorpions? Or tone down their spazziness. I would like the drones attack increase, or maybe infantry attack from AI. Oh, you want more of the faction stuff to happen. I don't know. That's something you might have to Google. I know right now the drone attacks are what, every 5 minutes, and the first one is 2, and then everything after that is 3. They start sending you 3 drones at a time. I always like the drone attacks because it's like delivery. They bring you like power matrices and stuff like that. Matrices. So I always like getting free stuff from the faction that hates my guts. Oh my god, it's plant! Go away! Alright, so this is just a black steel box. Okay, I gotta run back out here and fix that. Alright, ta-da! We now fix that to be a solid wall now, so we can continue making everything or pane blue color. The drone attacks do happen on the starter planet, and how that all works is the moment you put power to your base, that's generally when they find you. And when they find you, you'll get a little alert notification that says, enemy drones are on the way to your base. Ah, see? It's a link with the game difficulty. There you go. You can increase drone presence and NPC hit points. I think we're just doing regular defaults here. I didn't think we got super crazy with any of that. Can I color that? Oh, that looks kind of cool. Just with the black. What do you look like if I make you blue? Now we're going back to the black. Yeah! Make you black too. Alright, might be a little too crazy with with this color. This texture. Okay. We wanted to kind of close this off a little bit and not really run into the brick. So I think I'll keep the steel rolling in. We'll just copy this. You made your base OP, you have everything but installing the power and guns. Sounds like you definitely need some guns! Projectile turret. Projectile turrets. 30mm bullets. That's not bad. You can get projectile turrets early on. What is that? Let me look at my tech tree. Base. think all the turrets are like down here at the bottom. So yeah, level 5, 12 points. You can get projectile turrets, and they take the 30mm bullets. You just type in 30mm on your constructor, and you can make your bullets. But that's usually the last 2 things I put on my base before I put the power on, because you need to have a large constructor to churn out the turrets, and you're going to need power to operate your large or small constructor. You can't use the personal constructor to make your turrets. And I don't think you can make 30mm ammo in the personal constructor either. So you will have time to get your turrets and the ammo made before the bad guys show up. Worst thing that happens to you is what happened to me when I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and the drone showed up, and I was out there with, I think, the crappy freaking pistol, or maybe the assault rifle, and I just stood my ground and fought the rocket drones that came by and the miniguns. Yeah, don't power the base until you have your stuff ready to go. If you want to make it easy so that when they do send the drones, you can just be like, ha ha ha, and get free loot without putting yourself in any danger. Oh yeah, NPC fighting, Zirax territory. Man, I don't like the Zirax. They're our friends right now. It's pretty nice. The Polaris, I don't like Polaris either. They have turrets like all over the place. So you'd be flying along in your ship, and all of a sudden homing rockets come after you and try to blow you out of the sky. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, projectile turrets. You can have 8 of these on a base. That's your cap. But starting out, you probably only have like a smallish base. You can put 4 on like each corner, and it's more than enough. 1 projectile turret can kill the drone attack waves. 4 forts with cores, nice. Yeah. So back to build. We're gonna keep on. Oh, if I'm gonna have to move that ventilator. I think I'll just leave a hole there, because it's not like anyone's going to look at anything from the side anyway. In fact, let me not cover that up, because I'm going to forget where it is. There we go. I'm just shove it right there. You hope you don't log in and have everything blown up now. I think you'll be okay. Alright. This is definitely an interesting arrangement, but at least it's symmetrical right now. I got my center. Turn my jetpack off. Sometimes that gets a little crazy. Alright, so I think we'll set up some of the food processors and the refrigerators on this wall. And I guess I'll go ahead and close this off so I can get the cafe area at least kind of figured out where it's going to go. And why do I have a feeling I probably have wall blocks right here? Because that's what I did earlier. I just put walls in. Okay, that's not the end of the world. We're going to change this out to be full-on actual blocks though. Yep. In hindsight, I probably should have planned out where I was going to put everything and how I was going to do that before, but I've just been kind of like building ad hoc, adding modules in where I had space. So that's why we're now deleting this big freaking brick wall just to put it back in. Oh, I'm in space right now, and I have a suit that lets me have a jetpack. And it's not really a... Well, in space, it's a full-on jetpack. You can go wherever you want. If you're in a spot that has gravity like on a planet, then you kind of get like a amplified jump boost, if you will. But when you have a suit, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, can I get my cursor down there? Yeah. This icon right here is your jetpack. You hit J to turn it on, and it is awesome. Even with the amplified jump boost, it will save your butt when you're being chased by scorpions and whatever else when you're running alien institutions. And yeah, great fun. But when you're just hanging around in space, you can just activate your jetpack and get control of wherever you want to go, really. You can even rotate, so I can be upside down while I work on my base. Ah! Of course, it can get kind of dizzying. But it's cool. I think I would enjoy space. You have a Wi-Fi signal in all your forts. What does that mean or do? Okay, so they recently added in this whole logistics thing because they're preparing to do massive volume and coming updates. You can turn it on now if you want, but I'm not doing that anytime soon. And so when you're looking at your Wi-Fi signal, you can access your logistics by hitting F4. And that's just F4, like Frank and 4 on your keyboard. So I'll just put that here in the chat for you. So you hit F4 and you can then transfer things, and it's really crazy. It's awesome. I use it all the time. So if I say, I'm in the space station, you can be 100 meters away from your wireless block that you put down. Or if you're in your base, anywhere in your base without a Wi-Fi extender, you can kind of think of it as like an amplifier or extender. And that is, I'd have to, one second, I'll show you. We'll go into constructor here so I can pull it up. If I go in this constructor and I type in wireless, or I think it might be wireless or Wi-Fi, here it is. This wireless connection thing here. If you're physically in your base, you will be able to do Wi-Fi F4 anywhere, and you can transfer from container to container, your inventory to a container, all that's good. But where it really shines is when you put in a wireless connection, and you can see that's eligible for bases, capital vessels, small vessels, hover vessels, all that. So what you can do is, let's say you take a hover vessel and you go out throughout the world and you're harvesting like trees, rocks, you do some drilling, whatever it is you're doing with your hover vessel, maybe you're just murderating people. When you get back to your base, you put a wireless connection on your hover vessel and you put one in your base. I put them on everything I build because why not? It's also good to be able to access medical supplies or your refrigerator when you're out with your hover vessel if you're running a point of interest, which comes in really handy. You can just hit F4 and you can send loot to your hover vessel because it has a lot more cargo storage than your own inventory does. So it's good for having that connection to cargo boxes, refrigerators, your medical supplies, etc. But if you go out resource gathering and you come back to your base, you can just, as long as you're within 100 meters of that wireless block, you can transfer stuff without even getting out of your hover vessel. Drop stuff off, take things from your base, put in your hover vessel, you name it, you're good to go. It's a wig. You don't like massive volume because you like to go to the disco on Ice Planet? I don't like it right now because it's going to explode the size of things. And I say that because I like to shove a whole bunch of crap in cargo containers. I don't want to have to keep adding modular boxes next to my cargo container just to get a little bit more space for volume. And that's my gripe right now as to why I don't think we're going to switch that on at all on here. We just got way too used to not having to worry about that. And I like to have compact, like my small vessel that I redesigned. It's a small little guy, but I like having that small small vessel be extra small. I don't want to build a big, great thing. So, I don't know, it just kind of makes things a little bit more difficult with having to micromanage and keep adding stuff on there. And that's kind of how I feel. Now, I'm sure some people, maybe they want to have that extra realism with their gameplay, and by all means, if that's you, you know, you want to sit there, because look, right now, I'm building, look at this. And if you look here, the volume that I am carrying right now, I only have a carry capacity of 500. But my volume right now is 86,234. Now granted, I'm carrying around, you know, a stack of armored concrete blocks and some steel blocks, which that doesn't help. But I'm carrying 6.92 kilotons right now. But I'm in space, so weight shouldn't really even matter, because there's no gravity here. This should just read 0 when you're in space. You would like planet resources to slowly regenerate. Okay, so you're forced to go from planet to planet in late game? That's a pretty cool concept. Now, I did find out, and this wasn't readily apparent, so Quake, if you check this out, you can actually deplete a planet's resources. So let's take a look at this one right here that we started on, Brimahan. It has iron, copper, silicon, and promethium. We can go around and we can mine all this up. And there's actually settings in your config file to have auto miners deplete resources or not. So even auto miners can take things out. We have ours set up to not deplete a resource. And EkzimLink's also talking about that right now. So you can definitely have that happen. Once your planet actually is depleted of its ore veins, so if we mined up all this stuff and there was no more, what would then start happening is we would get meteorites due to depletion, because there are no more ore to mine on the planet. We have depleted them all. So you'll get meteor showers that happen, and they'll give you iron, copper, silicon, and promethium. So you'll have that happen. And then there's meteorites at random, which most of the places I've seen on my star chart, I never have this. It's always none. And I think everything else, I mean, I haven't seen anywhere on here show me that there's random meteor showers happening. But the game makes it so you will never be 100% without something coming in. Let's see, DJ, I have a hard time wrapping your mind around PvP multiplayer servers because it sounds like I land, get blown up, and run to the most dangerous part of the planet and die over and over again while trying to build me a tiny base that has guns on it. There are some PvP planets and some not PvP planets, so you could also try to, I don't know if on a PvP server if there are PvE only planets or if everything becomes PvP, but there are, like, Bloops is making an underground base, so now you can just try to get a little sneaky with things, would probably be the best way to kind of describe it. I played PvP in Ark Survival on a small tribe server for a while, and let me tell you, when you're playing with people that are actively looking for little newbie bases, you know, they roam the beach, because you start on the beach most of the time, they are just gunning for a fight and to pick on people who have nothing. But if you go to, like, the snow area where it's a lot more difficult to live, no one's out there, you know? So that was my goal, was get to where no one's going to be trying to find me, make underground base if you can, make something that blends in. So yeah, PvP is nuts. Yeah, rocks come back, trees come back. So if you go up and chainsaw a tree, it will come back. Alright, we're going to put this brick texture back in. And let's make sure we line this up right, because that is where it was. And that should line me up, yep, with this edge. Alright, so we're going to use the full block this time. We're not going to cheat and use half of a wall. Or not really half of a wall, but just a wall. And yeah, we'll run it right up to there. That might have been a little too far. Let's see. Oh, we're getting hungry. The game's about to tell me to eat some food. Where did my refrigerator go? Oh, I took up the food processor, so it's probably at the bottom now. Yep. Get my meat burgers. Yeah, auto miners, if you don't have it set to deplete a resource, you can just keep going back to your auto miner over and over again and get all that promethium or pentaxid or whatever it is you're gunning for. That's right, Quake Final Boss. You know, it's a link. That is something you can do, but it's like 30 rocks to like 1 copper ore or something like that. I always felt that was too steep. You know, something you can do, but like you said, it's a big cost at efficiency to do that. I just never thought it was worth it. I'd have to be super hard up to make that a thing. Alright, so we're just gonna have our wall here, and yeah, I like the brick texture. We're keeping that on that one side. And we'll make this a slope again. Throw another slope in. And we'll go back to solid block. Yeah, when you start mining asteroids, that's true. But if you're at that point where you're mining asteroids, I don't think you're going to have a problem getting ores. Am I right? Brick rock's only a copper, iron, and silicon. This link might know. I know copper was in there. Alright, we got this closed off. And we're going to put in our transition piece here for the break room. Stick a door in here somewhere. Let's see here. What do we got for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Is that 11? 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be middle point. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Door goes here. I'm all paranoid now when I place these airtight doors. I'm like, am I going to start losing oxygen? You need a mobile constructor or better. Rock dust is also useful to make other things. Very true. Alright. So we're cool with this texture for the floor. We've got... Maybe I'll make this the same as that over there. Black. Because this is concrete. I think we actually had like this one. Oh look, I can do this one on concrete. Okay, we'll just keep going around. Kitchen area, nice blue tile. Maybe I'll stick some columns in or a row just to kind of break up the mass of blue. Ah. That's funny. It's in a different spot on there, so it completely changed when we went over the steel side. Thanks for all the help. You're going to get back to building your base. Alright, DJ. Stop at any time, man. Hey, it's a link. Thanks for helping out with answering questions, too. Appreciate that. So Quake says, the other rare ore resources can be made unlimited only by the auto miner option or meteorites. Yep. what do we want to use to break this up? Or do we just want to change a color? Let's add some color. What goes well with blue? We could use a dark blue. This is where I need to like get the color wheel out. It's like trying to pick a tie and a dress shirt. We could go like full on yellow and blind everyone who comes in here. I think I might try this dark blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Black's number 1, but blue is number 2. Alright, let's try putting a band 3. I was going to go 3 up, not 2 up. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm using like a lighter blue, like this one. Is it this one? No, it's not. What color is this? I don't even know what color I'm using. Oh, it's that one. So we're using like a sky blue. And then we have a royal blue and like the midnight blue. Wow, well, well. Let's go with the dark blue. Yeah. Go with a dark blue band around. And then I think I'll make the top, before you get to the ceiling, the midnight blue. I think that'll look kind of cool. This is where I'm trying to be artistic. Check me out. Look, Mom, no hands! And you know what? We'll even bleed it across here. Oh, yeah, look at that. That looks kind of dope. And then we'll switch to this dark blue band up on the top. I think that contrast pop with that white. This is what I think looks cool. Mama will probably come on here and be like, oh my god, what color palette is that? She's like super interior, exterior design, awesome person, and does bang up design jobs on like everything she ever touches. She's a master. And me, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, these colors look cool. I'm just gonna use these. You forgot how to cheer? Oh man, I don't even... what is that? You know, that might be it. I don't know if I can be cheered yet, because I'm not even... I get Twitch affiliate when I hit 50, so I don't even know if people can do like donations or cheer just yet, so you might be right. It might be like cheer and then like the number, or bits or something. Let me see if I can't... find out here, because I'm kind of curious if that will even work. Typing cheer 1 will generate a gray bouncing triangle and cost you 1 plus a year. This article's on Engadget. Let's see. Apparently you just type in cheer with no... Yeah, so I need to have affiliate. So I'm not there yet. One day. We're getting there. I'm at 43 out of 50, and I just got serious about doing my streaming. End of December? Something like that. I'm not doing too bad. You know, I come on here, I'm already playing video games. It's something I like to do, and I like talking with people, so I figured, why not? I can put myself out there and meet some pretty cool peeps on the internet. I'm wondering if I, should do this dark band near the bottom, but the spacing is kind of awkward, so I'm not going to do it. Oh yeah, feel free. I think I'm off on Mondays, but I'll be back for Tuesday. Unless I do like an impromptu stream. But generally, Mondays and Wednesdays are my off days from streaming. It's only 2 times during the week that I'm not here. Have a good night, DJ. Alright, so we were looking at this floor. Maybe it's going to end up being too much to do. I think we're going to save that one for the break room. That blue and white checker pattern. We need to put in some lights and do up some signal logic here with some motion sensors. So let's see. And food processors on motion. Not motion, but... levers, because these guys are power drained. I don't like the power that gets used by food processors. There's bad constructors. Alright, let's see. Do I need to stick a ventilator in any of these walls right now? We got... I don't really know if I need to have both. Wait, that's the furnace side. That's also... I could put one up here somewhere. First time messing around with ventilators. I think they're kind of cool so far. I'm just going to pop one right here. And I kind of like the idea of having things in the space station compartmentalized, just in case someone accidentally takes their multi-tool and takes out an exterior wall. Like this is the outside wall right here. So hopefully no one comes by and tries to jack up this wall. Alright, we'll just check and see if I have oxygen throughout here. Pretty sure I do. Oh yeah. And let's get some motion detectors in. See, here's that crazy stuff because I'm using a wall for the other side. I think my new statement's going to be when I make a base to just not use walls and just use solid blocks. Unless I have a really good reason to use a wall. Because it's actually kind of getting annoying. Oh, thanks for the host, Damien Studio. I appreciate it. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, let's see. I could just get rid of all this and repaint this and put actual blocks in. And then my motion sensor can go flush up against the wall. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't think I have anything extra on this side. It's all black. Yep. Alright, we'll leave a few pieces in just so I can remember what's what. Alright, here we go. It's draw box time. Okay, and I guess while I have the black selected, we'll knock out the rest of these black walls. Oops. That top is purple band, or that really dark blue. So we'll make sure we don't knock that out right away. Cool. Do I share my blueprints on Steam? You know what, I haven't done that yet, but I don't have any problem with sharing some blueprints. Are you saying that you like my space station so far and you've only seen one floor? This thing is nuts. So yesterday's stream was showcasing what other people have been doing because I'm on a multiplayer server with some close friends, and a Twitch viewer that actually I recruited off my channel, which is pretty cool. But let's take a look here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's someone who doesn't show up in our list, but they're actually here. And I haven't seen J-Dog in a while. Yeah, 28 days. And Arrow hasn't been up for 21 days. So there's a few of us that are making improvements and designing this as we go along. Let's see, Isling, you have some blueprints on Steam, you need to update some stuff for Alpha 9, but you're still checking where the new system will go. That's cool. And Damien is looking for a nice planet starter base with a landing pad. I know there are separate landing pad blueprints that you can find on the workshop. If that kind of makes things a little easier, you can try to find a base that you like and then find a landing pad and merge the two into something for yourself. The base that we have in Brimahan was built completely by scratch, and then we manually added in a big landing pad because I'd used a blueprint for my capital vessel that I go around in, and we had to add this massive freaking landing pad. It was nuts. But that's when I learned that you can't spawn in a capital vessel unless you have a big landing pad for it. That was a real eye-opener. The things you learn. Great fun. Alright, so my textures in here are okay. We just need to make everything black on this side. Alright, cool. So that wasn't too much of a fix to do, so happy about that. And now we have a solid wall, and we're going to throw up our motion sensor right here. And I generally try to make sure I know where that little dot is hanging out at, or else I end up putting these things in upside down. There we go. That's what you're working towards right now. You've been living out of your HV for the last 3 days. Dude, hover vessels are awesome. Still remember my first one. So Isalink says if you need one to spawn stuff, just chop a tree, get 2 to 5 wood logs, make them in boards, and you get like 5 times 40, 200 wood blocks from one tree, and spawn stuff on it. Or just disable the option that requires a base to spawn stuff on the difficulty. That right there is like super cheaty. Oh, that's very cool. Alright, we're just going to tone down our motion sensor here to the bare minimum so I can see exactly what I want to do. And we're going to add this into my group and give it a name. Not that. Motion sensor. Alright, motion sensor kitchen. And that's what we're going to call it in the signal logic page as well. Alright, let's take a look here. It's going to be a little odd placement here, but we're going to roll with it. It's going to bleed into some of the adjacent rooms, but I'm not that worried about it. Alright, let's do our interactive setup and go run to the other side. Alright, here we go. And we're going to have to bring that out and have it come along. Not too bad. So that's all the further this one goes. So we're going to have to set up a circuit. This is going to be kind of cool. And we'll drop that, drop this down. Woo! Alright, so that motion sensor is good. So this is actually going to be kitchen 1. I'm going to have to make 2 of these. And I'll just put a dot in there because I like to have dots instead of spaces. And let's get another motion sensor out. And we'll put this guy up on the opposite side of the wall. Right there. Perfect. So this guy is going to be number 2 in the kitchen. Motion sensor 2. Motion sensor 2. You have the Swiss Army knife of hover vessels. It's compact enough to dig for ore and bury treasure or deploy 4 turrets to take out an enemy complex. Heck yeah! That's amazing. The first one I built, and mind you, I didn't really look through the workshop. I just got in there and started making my own. I put a detector on it. I put the harvester unit on the front so I could mow down trees. I thought it was the coolest thing ever that I could just mow down trees and make biofuel as I traveled around. It's like self-sustaining. And then I had two miniguns on the side-mounted miniguns, and I might have had one on the top. That thing was awesome. That was my first hover vessel. Never forget it. The drilling one didn't come till later. And that's the Beast. That's what I call my driller. The Beast. Pete just liked it so much he copied it, and he uses it too. It's pretty neat. Alright, so let's talk about our signals that we just got in here. So I've got 2 motion sensors, 1 and 2 in the kitchen. And we're going to set up an OR circuit here to actually say, regardless of where somebody is, oh, and I'm actually getting ahead of myself, I need to do the interactive setup and actually get the other half of the room that I wasn't able to get a moment ago. So let me just grab that. And that realistically should be all I need because the other one gets the other side of the room, but we'll just have it go as far as it can too. Alright, so we got kitchen 1, kitchen 2, motion sensor. Go to our signal logic. We're going to add in a 2 times OR statement. And we're going to say kitchen 1 and kitchen 2. So there's kitchen 2, kitchen 1, and we're just going to give it a new signal, kitchen.sig. So now anytime either one of these motion sensors picks up something, it's going to put up kitchen sig. And so all my lights are going to go off of this new signal, kitchen sig. Alright, time to put some lights up in here so we can actually see what we're doing. And I think we're just going to go right down the middle first. We'll use, I've been using a lot of square lights lately, so let's change it up and use some round ones. So that's 3 in, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, and that's kind of close to the wall, but we'll take it. Then we can fill up this entire room with lights if we want to, because they're only going to be on when someone's actually in here. I think we'll just kind of omit doing that spot. What is this, 3 out, 2? Alright, yeah, 1, 2, 3, place. So we'll have some of these hanging out on against the edge. Nice. 2, 3... And you know what, why not? We'll stick a couple here too. We're going to have a very nice, well-lit kitchen. Never trust a dark kitchen because you can't see what's gross. So Isling, yours is slightly different. It's comfortable, support base. It's also indestructible because you were tired of getting the guts ripped out whenever you were inside a POI and a drone would come and blow it up. I will show you guys my my hover vessel that I take for blowing things up. It is awesome. It's on my capital vessel, which is parked just outside. Alright, we have added in 6, 9, 10, 13, 15 lights in this kitchen. I think this is the room with the most lights in it on my whole floor. Alright, we're just gonna shrink all this. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to group, but that's okay. They're all just going into my 4th floor group to try to keep this all sane, because we've all been working in here. So he just dumped everything in the 5th floor group, so I'm kind of copying that and doing a 4th floor group. Alright. We're just gonna grab... In fact, I think before I go through the tediousness of setting this up, I'll show you guys my stuff real fast. So we're just going to jump down here, turn my jetpack off. Let me grab a burger. Alright, Damien. Isling, I think, has probably already seen my harbor vessels, but I'm gonna let you see what's up. Because it's too exciting of a topic not to talk about. Alright, so here we go. Just jump out here, fly faster than I can run. Alright, up the ramp like a boss, and we're just gonna hit the elevator shaft and come right out into my hangar bay. Alright, so harbor vessels. Completely Exim originals, not Steam Workshop. Can't say the same thing for the capital vessel I'm in right now, but at least I did my own harbor vessels and my own small vessel, which is up on the thing. So, my little exploration harvester guy I told you about, he's not in here. He's back at the main base. But, when you need to go into battle, okay, when you need to go into battle, you bring Boom Boom with you. And why is this glorious machine of roving death called Boom Boom? Well, it doesn't take much to wonder why it's called Boom Boom when it has all the guns. Look at all those guns. Look at these guns. Look at those guns. Okay, that's it right there. No trees. We don't care about trees. We just roll over that. Anything was getting in front of us, we can just harvest it up. Put all the guns right there. And in case you were wondering, what is Boom Boom packing in his trunk? In case you're rating a point of interest, you bring your buddies. You bring a clone chamber. Because nothing sucks more than running back to get your crap. You bring the oxygen station. You have your medical station. Get rid of all those food poisoning, thermal burns, frostbite, open wound, poisonous bites, you name it. Need to change out of that light armor you got on to get that medium or heavy armor? Your armor station. Never leave home without it. And then, of course, you gotta have your refrigerator. But this is the interior of Boom Boom. Complete with ramp and door. Sometimes those get shot off, but it's not that big of a deal. Because whatever just shot your back door off is about to die because all the guns. I think I only got the back door shot off once. I didn't have all these guns. I had to level up and add more on there. But that is Boom Boom. I take him when I go mining on like the lava planet and the scorpions and alien overlords are there, or if I'm going up against a POI. One of the very first times we took Boom Boom out. Okay, so Boom Boom has a story, and my eyes getting a little jacked up right now, so I apologize. But Boom 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 was made because Peaches, Admiral Peaches, made this capital vessel. It's huge, and he made it from scratch. And the capital vessel was called, what was it? Redemption? Retribution? It was one of those. And Boom Boom, or sorry, not Boom Boom, Peaches was flying this capital vessel over the Polaris encampment that had like 3 or 4 turrets right there. You'll download Boom Boom if you add it to the Steam Workshop. How do I add it to the Steam Workshop? I will do that right now. There's only one janky thing they changed in the update. The cockpit, you have to have it kind of clear blocks. So right now, if you get in and out of your cockpit, like right here, I just hopped out, you kind of glide and get pushed out. You're supposed to have that be a little bit more clear on the front. So, yeah, that's the only thing you might have to do something with. But, let me see here. If I look at this and do Alt-O, let's see here. Boom Boom, prototype, I think 2. Does it give me a date when I put this in here? Yeah, this was when you didn't have all the guns. Oh, he has a multi-turret on him too, so you can always strip out your POIs when you're done. If I press F2 and go to Blueprint and then it says Publish. Aha! Right down here. So, which one of these? Oh, this one has more